Kicking off the show today, coming from the University of South Carolina, the College of Social Work was presented with a new scholarship for its students. It's called the Carly June Hudson Scholarship and is named after the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Keith Hudson, who you know from the Jim Hudson Automotive Group. But Mr. Hudson and I chatted about it today, Sierra. He explained to me that service is not only one of the pillars of their business, but is really embedded in their family values. He says they created a $150,000 scholarship in honor of his daughter, Carly. So Carly is actually a social worker. She's doing really well in Raleigh. She actually recently started her private practice, so congrats to her. But while her parents supported her journey, they learned about the support needed for social workers overall, as many really don't realize how their hard work is often overlooked and often misunderstood.
What I learned is I think there's a misconception about a social worker. Maybe they think more of children and social workers. They don't think of mental health. They don't think, again, helping someone if it's a drug addiction or if it's alcoholism or if it's abandonment, if it's things that they grew up with trauma. It's a wide variety of things that can be done. It's a great way for us to do something and make an impact here locally. Everything we try to do with our business, we live here, we work here, we worship here, we serve here. Columbia is home for us. So we want to make an impact in Columbia and in our state. And we want to see people coming to the university. Not that we don't mind people coming from out of state, but we want people homegrown to stay here in the state to help our community.
And so it was a really good conversation. The scholarship will be split amongst both undergraduates and graduate students. And speaking to Mr. Hudson today, they are so passionate about helping people. And we just talked for several minutes after the interview where he said it was really COVID that he realized all of the trauma that people go through and how social workers help, how they're counselors. We also had someone that we'll hear from in our later newscast from the School of Social Work at USC, and she said, just to Mr. Hudson's point, we just don't go in and say, you're not a good parent. Kids need to be taken out of the home, because that's what a lot of people associate social workers with. But they even deal with infant trauma. They help people who are battling addiction. They help youth with like eating disorders. Mr. Hudson talked about how some counselors help with those who are battling with social media, growing up in the age of how you should look per social media guidelines. And so he's hoping really that people will have a more open conversation about social work and what they do and the support needed. So I thought that was awesome that he was able to present that scholarship today. And I know that his daughter must be extremely happy as well, because it's named after her.
Absolutely. And huge congratulations to her as well. And again, to your point, the Hudsons do such amazing work here in our community, and glad to see that they are pouring into our education as well. So again, thank you to you all doing all the hard work as well. Well, how about this? This is something that a lot of people look forward